it's calculator time. Okay, so here it is. There's a separate video for those that just need this part. So in the example in the workbook, we did all of this and we worked out the deviation, and then we worked all of this out so we could work out the variance, and then we could work out the standard deviation, blah, blah, blah. How do we do this quickly on the calculator? So let's see how we do it. First of all, let's put ourselves into stat mode. So previously, when you started doing things like fractions and you saw something funny like this, you went, oh, panic. So we went shift 9 to clear, because the clear is in yellow here, so it relates to the shift, it's above it. So we can go, what do we want to clear? Everything equals, yes, great stuff, and we're back to normal mode. Now, for stats, we want to be in a different mode, so we want to change the mode. There it says mode up. Oh, there we go. Mode up there. Training to do the weather. And now we want to be in the stat mode. So we're going to go press 2. Lots of complicated things on the screen, right? But luckily we're just going to choose the first one. 1 minus var. Don't worry about all the other options. 1, and there it is. So now, if we've got a whole set of data, like this data over here, we just input it in and go, 1, that's our first data point, there it is, there. And we go equals, so we can go to the new line. 2 equals, 2 equals, 5 equals, 7 equals, 9 equals, 10 equals, 12 equals, 15 equals. Excellent, they're 9 points, 9 points. But now what? Well, let's focus in on the calculator here. Now what? Well, we've punched in all that data, and rather scarily, we press AC. Now we're in stat mode, so it's saved all of those things. Now what can we do now that we've entered them all in? Now when we worked out the mean earlier, we went plus, 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 divided by, how many were there? We counted up and there were 9. Now we can just go, do you see the stat here above the 1? So we can go shift 1, because that gets us into all these stat options. Type data sum var min max. Let's say we made a mistake in entering the data. We wanted to enter more points. We could click 2, and there's all our data. We can scroll down and say, oh, that number there, 10, should have been an 11. 11 equals, oh, it's fixed it. Oh no, it should have been 10. 10 equals, and we can fix it AC back to where we were. Cool. Shift stat. What else can we do? Well, var is short for all the variables. So for 1 is n. How many data points are there? Well, there should be 9, right? So n equals what? Oh, look at that. It just gave it to us. Okay, let's see if we want to find the mean. Shift stat 4 for var. And you see that one up there. There we go. It is the x with the bar on top. So that means mean. So what is the mean? The mean is 7. X bar equals. That was easy. What about the standard deviation? Shift stat 4 for var. 3 is the one we want. Don't worry about sx for now. And there we go. 4,61. Now, when we worked that out before, we had quite a lot of work to do. We worked all this, we added it all up, and you do need to know that manual way of doing it. But instead of going, oh, it takes so long, thank goodness for the calculator that you just go very quickly, easily. There it is, equals. You entered your data, did it for you. So calculator for the win to find all of these. Other interesting things are for the next example when we deal with frequency. So this example here, I was going to say when we did deal with frequency, then to do that on the calculator, then we go, well, how do we get that frequency part? So we need to go shift setup. Was it that one? Down. Yes, okay. So let me do all of that again. So shift setup. We want a few more options. So we're setting up things to do with stat. So 3, do we want the frequency on or off? We want it on. Now when we go enter this in, then we go to our data, the frequencies there. Let's start that from scratch, just in case. So let's clear everything. Shift 9, clear everything, equals done. So we're back to normal. So let's get ourselves into stat mode. Mode, stat, first option. Good so far. But we want frequency. Shift, setup, because we want to set up. What do we want to set up to do with stats? Matho, Lino, degree, rad, grad. None of those have got to do with stats. We have to press down to get to the next one. So we can see options to do with stats. There we go. The options to do a stat on 3. Do we want the frequency on or off? We want it on. So there it is. So now when we get to, an example like said one in the workbook, like we did, we can go, well, the midpoint of that is 25. So we put that in, 35, 45, 55, 65, 75, and presumably 85. Excelente. And the frequencies aren't 1, it's 6 equals 5 equals 8 equals 10 equals 8 equals 5 equals 8 equals, remember, scary thing, AC, all saved, shift, stat, variables. How many things are there? Well, there should have been 50. Yeah, there were 50. Excellent. There we go. It says 50 over here. Okay, what else do we want? Shift, stat, variables. What's the mean? 56,2. Life was easy, right? And that is that. Thank you. Calculator. Goodbye.